Hello, this is John from MyBrownGames.com. It's Saturday, October 22nd, 2016, and I'm going to play Choplifter for the Sega Master System. This is probably the only game I'll play on the Master System that originated on the Apple II. This game was designed by and copywritten by Dan Gorlin. It was an Apple II game originally, and Sega did an arcade conversion of it in 1985, which is truly what this version is based off of. It's a 2D side-scrolling shoot-'em-up with an emphasis on hostage rescue. In that regard, it's a lot like Defender. It's a pretty good game. I really like it, despite having so much trouble with it. I have not been able to beat this game, let alone complete the third round. This game has 6 rounds, and I can't beat the third round. It has 6 rounds, but there's really 3 distinct rounds, and they repeat once in a tougher variation. I'm basically just reciting the review I wrote for this game earlier today, so instead of doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get on into it. And before I start, I guess, one more thing. I was having issues with this game, and specifically having issues inputting the cheat code to access different levels until I switched to the standard Sega Genesis controller. I found that the D-pad on a standard Sega Genesis controller is much more accurate than the D-pad on the Master System controller. It's a little more squishy and maybe less precise, and also, the one I'm using probably isn't that great versus the Sega Genesis controller I'm using, which feels like it's brand new. That aside, let me go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start off just playing the game. I'm going to see how far I can get on my own. Like I said, it is a fun game. I do enjoy it. I enjoyed these first 2 rounds, and then I just get stonewalled at the third round. So I have alerted the hostages to my presence by destroying or shooting the barrack which they're located in. And they come out and funnel into my helicopter. Gotta kind of avoid or destroy the tanks while I'm a sitting duck. I'm gonna fly them back to headquarters. And deliver them to safety. The ultimate goal in each round is to rescue 40 hostages. Once I've safely delivered 40 of them, I succeed and proceed to the next level, next round. Accordingly, if 20 or more of them perish, it's game over. Well, really, it's as soon as 21 hostages perish, it's game over. Missed that. And so with the helicopter, I can switch directions by pressing the 2 button. If I'm looking left or right, I'll shoot left or right, and if I'm looking towards the screen, I will shoot into the screen, shoot into the camera, which allows me to take out tanks like this. Ooh. Barely missed that first plane, but I did not miss that second one. So now I've got 0 hostages loaded on my helicopter. I've safely delivered 13, but 16 have died, so I'm getting awfully close to meeting the fail condition. Which, even though this is the first round and I've had a good amount of practice with it, it is still difficult. Okay, there we go. Sometimes hard to line up and hit targets. Okay, I guess I didn't land on that hostage. And at most, I can hold 16 hostages. So, I got 15. I may as well. Oh, jeez. Got 15. I may as well go and deliver these fellas, these guys and gals. Now I can kind of slow down, and if I slow down, that'll kind of change the direction of my nose. Allows me to hit. Kind of helps me whenever I'm trying to hit stuff in the air. Of course, if I'm going forward, I pretty much just want to remain aimed at, or keep it aimed at the ground. And I kind of like to fly about here, about middle of the screen. That way, in case jets come, I can kind of move up around them and their weapons fire. Ran right into that helicopter, but I had earned an extra life at 30,000. As I was writing my review of it, I kind of was thinking, this game is difficult. I like it, but it's difficult. I shot one of my own men. It's difficult, but I like it. And even though it's difficult, I wouldn't say it's not well balanced. One of the reasons that makes me say that is the fact that once I complete a stage, once I complete a round and move on to the next round, my lives are replenished to the default amount, the the 3 that I start with. I still had 1 life, wow. Okay, I cannot let any hostages die. Of course, this is my last life, so even if I lose it, it's game over. So just the fact that my lives get replenished back to max, I feel like that's kind of an acknowledgement that, hey, we know this is pretty tough, so here's a gimme, here's something to help you out. Okay, but that's the basic structure of the game. I'm going to go ahead and input this cheat code, which is much easier to input on the Genesis controller as compared to the Master System controller. And using that, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the second round. This one takes place at sea, although it is structurally the same. I mean, all of these rounds are structurally the same. Oh. Landed on one of them. And so again, this one I feel pretty confident in my ability to beat it every now and then. But it is not without challenge. Just as I found it easier to input or to successfully input the cheat code for this game whenever I switched to the Genesis controller, I would say playing this game with the Genesis controller, I have seen an improvement in the progress I'm able to make. And I don't know if that's, I don't want to necessarily say that's a testament to the quality of the Master System controller or the low quality of it, or just the fact that I'm maybe playing with a controller that is well past its prime. Good thing I got up. I would have been toast otherwise. Looks like I'm gonna make... Oh, one more. Looks like I'm gonna... Oh, jeez. I was fixing to say, it looks like I'm gonna safely make this delivery, but maybe not. And that's another thing that kind of amps up the difficulty of this game. It seems like the opposition just gets a lot of lucky shots in, or they just spawn in very unfortunate times for myself. Just be cruising along, fixing to make a delivery, then all of a sudden a jet comes out of nowhere and I don't have enough time to react and get out of the way. Oh, see, like that. That got dangerously close to him just taking me down. Go ahead. Oh, wow, I was doing so well at avoiding all that enemy fire. There is some cheat or some sort of Easter egg in this level too, where I guess Superman appears. I'm not exactly sure what triggers it. I think shooting down a certain number of enemies. Okay, doing good, doing good. Let's just get this guy to safety. Okay, I'm gonna go one more. There we go. So each stage, each round has 64 hostages, 4 barracks with 16 hostages each. So I've got a lot of opportunities to lose hostages and still successfully complete the round. more often than not, it seems like whenever I shoot at those anti-aircraft guns, I'm either missing them entirely or shooting their own missiles. Okay, but there's a completed round 2, so we're diving into round 3, and this is the round that I have the most trouble with. I'm gonna go ahead and slowly take these guys out, and I'm gonna enter this cave, and I'm gonna back up. Okay, I got that aerial emplacement. Missed that ground one, but we're gonna keep on going. So most of this stage takes place in this cavern, which has magma bubbling up from below and stalactites hanging from the ceiling. Both of which, okay, these guys are walking right into the flames. Both of which seem to always take me out. Whoa, that was close. Jeez, lots of enemy fire. Didn't mean to land on you, I'm so sorry. I also don't want you guys walking in the fire. This is not Twin Peaks, I don't want you to fire walk with me. Oh, whoa, whoa. Missed those magma bubbles, struck the stalactite, and so got 26 dead hostages. Since I have to have 40 to complete each stage, there's no way I can come back from that. Simply game over. So once we complete round 3, it then goes to round 4, and everything loops. It's essentially the same stage, just with more resistance, and this one, for instance, takes place during night. And I've got more ground-based enemies. I got those towers to deal with. Lots more ground-based enemies. Jeez. Flew into that antenna, or it's not a water tower. Well, maybe it's a water tower. No, because this is still on Earth. It's not like we're on the moon. Not to my knowledge, at least. Wow, we're just sucking it up. Okay, so that was round 4. That was a quick look at round 4. Go ahead and check out round 5. Let's see, this one should still be at sea. Looks like this one's also set during the daytime, so it's probably just more resistance, more enemies trying to take me out. Oh, and looks like they maybe move faster as well. So not just more, but faster. That was weird. Looked like I must be landing on a lower platform. We're kind of off the ship itself. They're not always recognizing I'm on here. Like this guy. Come on, guy. Stop it. Oh. Submarines take me out from underneath the water. Or underneath the top of the water. Underneath the waves. Oh, geez, shot that guy. Okay, well, that's a quick look at round 5 of Choplifter for the Master System. So, having seen those two, don't expect much from my performance in round 6. And since I'll probably never see the credits for this game or the ending for this game of my own accord, I went ahead and watched it on YouTube, which it's just a basically ending screen with credits. Nothing special. Oh, jeez. I'm doing okay so far. It seems that way, at least. Yeah. I heard someone say, I read somewhere, maybe on GameFAQs, a strategy for just going reverse through the caves. Man, I'm actually delivering hostages. Wouldn't that be weird if I'm able to beat this round? I fail at every other round, but I'm able to beat the 6th round? Oh jeez. I'm gonna try for it. I saw that guy fire a shot at me, so I flew too high. I wonder if I complete this round having input that level select cheat code, if I'll still see the credits and whatnot. I need 24 hostages. So I would need to get most of these guys and a smattering from one more base. I'll play it safe. I'm just going to go ahead and take this guy out. He got a few... Ooh. Shoot. Well, as I said in my review, that severely reduced my margin of error. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, round 6 started off promising, but it went nowhere. I floundered that one like I floundered the rest of them. So, that's Choplifter for the Sega Master System. Like I said, it's a game I like, but it's a game I find very challenging. It's not poorly balanced or anything, it's just really tough. And I played it for maybe an hour or so, and I just don't feel like putting any more time into it at the moment. I want to move on to other Master System games. So I've got like another 20 games on my that I have personally that I want to get around to playing. So, that's all I'll do of this game for the time being. I hope you liked this video. I hope you come back and watch more. This is my scene at the moment, going through and playing the Master System, kind of familiarizing myself with the platform, or at least the games that I have for the platform. And I've found some good games, notably Ease, The Vanished Omens, and The Ninja. I think The Ninja is one of my favorite games. Actually, it's probably the favorite game I've played on the Master System so far. And it's been the one that surprised me the most. So maybe something else for you to watch. But I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. So, in conclusion, this was John from mybrainongames.com. You can check me out there. I'll post the review there shortly. You can also check me out on Twitter at John Engelman, JohnEngelman. As I said, thank you for watching. Do come back. Bye-bye.